Today we're going to talk about one of the most popular percussionists in jazz. His name is Poncho Sanchez. He was the youngest of 11 children, born in Laredo, Texas. Yeah, the family soon moved to California. Good thing for him, because it exposed him to a wider range of music than what he might have encountered in Laredo. He most certainly was very heavily influenced by what we will call Afro-Cuban jazz, whether it's son or rumba or samba or salsa, son, that's what he did. He started out as a guitar player, believe it or not. He was a guitarist, and then he learned to play the flute and the drum set, and then he switched to the bodies, and then he finally landed on the conga drums and became known as a congorero, a specialist on the conga. Now, his introduction to the music industry, the business, entertainment, was not as an instrumentalist. You see, he's also a great singer. And there was a band that recorded and rehearsed across the street from his house in California called the Halos. And he went over to audition for them and soon became their lead singer. And so he was actually like a salsa singer for a very, very long time with that group, and was pretty cool with it, was playing instruments just for the fun of it, and hand drums were just something to do while he sang. Somewhere around 1975, he met the great vibraphonist Cal Jada. And Cal invited him to come sit in with his group for a week. He heard him play. And actually, the invitation was for only one night. But after that one night, the invitation was extended for a week. And after that week, Cal made him a regular and permanent member of his band. He stayed with Cal Jada from 1975 until about 1982, which is when Cal died. Cal was very, very influential in the California area, and there is a very well-established record company called Concord Jazz out there, Concord Records, that was handling all of Cal Jada's music. Before his death, Cal convinced him that he should give a contract to Poncho Sanchez, and somewhere around 81, 82, 83, around the time of Cal Jada's demise, Concord Records started recording Poncho's music and Poncho's bands. And Poncho became a recording artist and a producer, and did, I think, 19 or 20 records with Concord Jazz, and one or two of those actually getting Grammys for Latin jazz honors. So he came into this business kind of sideways as a singer, and played a number of instruments. But once he settled on the conga and became a conguero, a master of that conga, that kind of set what he was going to be from that point on. From the early 80s to this point, he has led his own groups. He's collaborated with other people. Claire Fisher, who great writer and producer. Believe it or not, Tower of Power. He's done some work with the Tower of Power. And Mongo Santa Maria, of course, did some work with Mongo, and a few other Latin jazz or Afro-Cuban salsa artists. But since the early 80s, he's led his own groups and continues to tour all around the world and make people happy with his wonderful singing and that infectious drumming he does on the conga. He was recently here, he visited us here as a part of the lineup at the Clearwater Jazz Holiday just a couple of years ago, and was really, really exciting. He had a great young band with him, and as usual, his energy spilled over just like the energy of his idol, Mr. Tito Puente. Of course, Tito specialized in timbales, which is why that may have been the instrument that Poncho chose originally. But I think he came to the realization that he would never play timbales like Tito Puente, so he switched to conga. That's just my guess about it. At any rate, Poncho Sanchez, one of the most influential percussionists in jazz music, and a guy who has made us all dance at least 1 or 2 times with his singing, with his drumming, or with his combination of the two. Thank you so very much for remembering this great artist, Poncho Sanchez. Filiberto Sanchez. We just call him Poncho. All right now, born in 1951, so he's still got a whole lot of work to bring to us. Let's keep listening, please. Thank you.